This is a story all about how my life got knit stitched upside down. I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll tell you all about how I became the knit expert.
In tech communication, I honed my skills on the webcam, so it gave me the feels.
Knitting for the homeless and warming the cool. StreetKnits was made to change all the rules.
Mother and daughter were up to some good. Started changing lives in the neighborhood.
Had one idea and her mom said, yeah, we'll knit for the homeless. What a cool project.
And they heard the project when Circle was here. She made a plan to make a service learning career.
If anything, she could say this idea was rare. She thought, Silka, let's do it. Let's knit this year.
Nay, her. Class knit scars like 7 or 8. She asked Silka, yo homie, scab dude?
Silka looked at StreetKnits. She was finally there. Serving the community as a queen of knit tears.
I'm President Tim Summerlin, and I approve this message.
Okay, so now that we know what we're knitting for, now we're going to learn how to actually knit. So we're going to take the end of our yarn and we're going to make a slip knot. You can do that any way you like. What I do is I wrap the yarn around my finger twice, and I take the back loop and I go over the front loop, and then I take that back loop and I go over now that front loop, and I go all the way off my finger. And there's our slip knot. And I'm going to place this onto the first needle, and I pull it a little tight, not too tight, and then you're going to get your second needle, you're going to come in and you're going to go under the yarn and through the back. You don't want to go above, you don't want to go sideways, you're going to go under and behind the other needle. That's called knitwise, and that's how we're going to be doing it for this knitting. And now you're going to take this tail right here that's attached to the yarn, and you're going to go around the back needle counterclockwise, and you're going to pull that loop through this hole right here. It's a little tricky. And so once you do that, you're going to turn this way, and you're going to put this left needle under this piece of yarn, and you're going to put that loop on the right one now is on the left one. And you'll pull that tight, and you have 2 stitches. I'll do that again. So you're going to go below and through the back and behind the left needle. You're going to take the yarn, go around the back needle and just the back needle. And what I like to do is I kind of pull it down with my finger while I'm holding the needle. And as I pull through the hole. And then you turn this way and you go under the first one and off of the right needle, and you pull tight. And for this project we're going to do 24 across, and so here's 3, but you can continue and you can look over this again if you need to see another example, but it's the same. And then we're going to pass on to Stephanie, and she's going to show us how to continue knitting.
Thank you, Jacob. Now we will be getting to the best part of knitting, the actual knitting. As you can see, I have the knitting in the left needle in my left hand and the right empty needle in my right hand. What you will now do is take your right needle, go underneath this loop, not this loop here, but the one right here, just like so. You will then take this loose string with your right hand and make a counterclockwise circle around your left needle, and then drop the string down. I like to take my right hand and grab the loose string and right needle. You then take your right needle and go underneath this loop and pull it off like so. I will do this once again in slow motion. There you go, folks. That's how to knit.
Okay, now that we know how to cast on and knit, we're going to move on to casting off, and this is what we do when we finish our scarf. And since I do not have a completed scarf to do this with, this will be our scarf that we're going to be using. It's a little small, but you can get the point from it. What you do is whenever you get to the length you think is right for a scarf, you can cast off. And so what you do is, just like earlier, you knit 2 stitches, Okay, but once you knit 2 stitches, you're going to come over here and you're going to take this right one right here, or the bottom one. You're going to take the bottom stitch and you're going to bring it over the top stitch and off of both needles. Kind of like what we did with the slip knot at the very beginning. So now you're going to do 1 more stitch, and since you already have one over here, you don't need to do 2 in a row. You already have 1. So you're going to bring that bottom stitch over and off of both. Do that again. Bottom stitch. As you can see, I'm not that great at it yet, but with practice I will hopefully get better, and y'all will get better as well too. So I'm going to bring the bottom one over and off. Do it again. Okay, so now I don't have anything on this needle right here. So I'm almost done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottom one, just like I've been doing, go over and off, but I'm going to cut the yarn and give yourself about 46 inches. With mine I'm not going to do that much because it's so small. And you are going to pull that all the way through. And then you're going to pull it tight. And that's your scarf. So, thank you for watching.